named in that document. Is that the...
No.
So maybe we will just ask your witness why the buyer has allowed 22 years to pass without transferring the title to the buyer's name.
We are not, if Your Honor, please.
Yes, sir.
If Your Honor, please, we are not in control of the buyer. We are not privy to him. We have no relation whatsoever. What we did say is that there was a sale made by our client, Mrs. Corona, in favor of this buyer. Now, whether she wanted it registered or not,
Yes, sir.
it's his own lookout.
I know,
We
sir. I
cannot
know.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Okay. Anyway, so my point is, we are not to fault the prosecution for pursuing this subject matter because the titles still exist in the name of Maria Cristina Corona, married to Renato C. Corona. So,
Right.
it means that the defense has to explain
Yes, Your
why
Honor.
this data,
We are not faulting
why the
him. We
titles
not
are
fault-
still in the name of the wife of the respondent.
We are
Okay.
not faulting them, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Never is it our intention. We only wanted to start with our evidence. And our evidence show that this property had been sold
Yes, sir.
several years ago. It was transferred to the buyer, but the buyer
Yes.
refuses to
So,
register.
so as far as I'm concerned, I am not faulting the prosecution, and this has not been a waste of time because they have correctly pursued this angle.
Okay lang.
Right.
In my opinion. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you also.
Just a brief response. The defense is saying that these properties have been sold as early as 1990.
Yes, sir.
However, in our document, which has been previously marked as Exhibit P, in the SALN of the Chief Justice for July 1992, the Marikina properties are still included among the list of his properties. And that is the reason we are bringing out these properties.
Yes, and you could elaborate on that in your memorandum.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
But why will the Chief Justice, Your Honor,
The gentleman from Iloilo. Yes, counsel, but please finish your sentence.
And then
but
Senator
why,
Escudero,
why,
Mr. President.
why will the Chief Justice be the subject matter of an impeachment proceedings for the failure of the buyer of the property he has? It's unfair. No basis, no justice whatsoever, Your Honor.
Well, anyway, we are now discussing the evidence of the defense. I think let's wait for the defense to present their defense.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Gentleman from Iloilo has the floor.
Yes. Well, we were not, the jurors, the senator judges were not allowed access to this particular document. This is a deed of sale dated
We could have done so, Your Honor, but for fear that we may have been what
no, just for the record, just so
This-
for our information.
this is a deed of sale, Your Honor, made by Maria Cristina Rocco Corona
In favor of,
in favor of Demetrio C. Vicente, Your Honor,
dated
dated July 26, 1990.
July 26,
1990.
July 26.
Notarized by one Maria Beatriz S. Montoya, Your Honor.
And how much is the consideration for the transfer?
$509,985 pesos, Your Honor.
May I beg the indulgence of the members of the court? Let us wait. Let us not vary the order of proof here. Let's wait for the defense to bring that out, and that is a proper subject for cross-examination of the prosecution. So ordered.
Senator Escudero wishes to be recognized, Mr. President.
The gentleman from Sorsogon.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just 3 points, actually. One, this was raised earlier already. Tungkol ho dun sa tinanong ko po ito kahapon, ano bang definition ninyo? Kailan ba idedeklara? Dahil lumalabas ho yata na teorya ng prosecution, sabi nyo kahapon, kapag ka in-execute yung deed of sale, dapat nilagay na sa salen. Sabi ng depensa kahapon, kapag ka tinurn over at tinanggap na, dun dapat ilagay sa salen. Ngayon po kasi lumalabas, yung titulo nasa pangalan pa ni Chief Justice Corona, pero may deed of sale na. If, may I ask the prosecutor, if it is proven that indeed there is a deed of sale, kung napatunayan ho ng depensa yung pagdating ng turno nila, pero yung titulo nakapangalan pa po sa kanya, ayon sa inyo kahapon, kapag may deed of sale, kahit wala pang titulo, dapat ideklara na. Binibilang pa rin po ba ninyo ito? Kung sakasakali mapatunayan niya, bibilangin pa po ba ninyo ito kung may deed of sale na nga, bagaman, hindi pa rehistrado? Kailangan ba nakalagay din po sa SALN niya yun?
Well, that is a matter of defense and appreciation on the part of the impeachment court.
But I would like to request, Mr. President, since we requested them to submit a memorandum on this matter, can you kindly include this
Yes, Your Honor.
circumstance? Because you cannot be inconsistent, nor can you have a double standard on this. And the same is true with the defense, as pointed out by Senator Recto. Hindi po pwedeng kapag pumapabor sa magkabilang panig, it should be consistent and one and the same. And second point, Mr. President, Your Honor, I join Senator Arroyo. We might be wasting our time discussing crimes that may not be impeachable. For example, assuming may video na nag-jaywalking si Chief Justice Corona, is this of the nature, indeed it is a violation of the law, is this of the nature that we can impeach him based on this criminal act? Let's say naglagay siya sa LTO para mabilis-bilis yung kanyang pagbigay ng lisensya. May video din, naglagay ng pera, nagbigay ng 500. Is this of the nature? What essentially we're asking for is kindly educate us on the gravity and level of crimes that would be and should be considered as impeachable. In the United States, for example, they also require a similar document to be presented as our SALN. They talk and speak of a range. If you go beyond a certain range, then you are liable. But if you are within a certain range, below or higher the actual value, okay lang yun. So in other words, what I'm asking for is, kung mahigit 1 milyon yung na-miss niyang hindi dineklara, does that make it impeachable? Kung 500,000 lang, does that make it not impeachable? Kung 6 man dineklara tapos 5 lang pala talaga, is that impeachable? Can you include that in your memorandum on the part of the defense and the prosecution if
We
possible?
will, Your Honor. But
Your Honor.
after you are through, may we be allowed to be...
May I request the parties to please be courteous to one another. The counsel for the defense is still talking, and then there is an interruption.
No. Mr. President,
From here
Apologies,
on,
yes.
I will warn everybody that this chair will impose the rules of this house.
Mr. President, sans the arguments and debates by the parties, again, I am simply requesting for a memorandum on this matter. We need not hear them at this point in time. My last point, Mr. President, Your Honor, is just for clarity, because I have been counting the properties. Last time I heard the prosecution, they announced that the Chief Justice has 45 properties. Just so that I may find out if my count is accurate. So far, the prosecution has presented how many properties? My count is 18 properties, both in his name, in the name of his spouse, in the name of his children, plus 6 parking lots. That makes it 24, if I will include the parking lots as properties. You announced to the media, and here, I guess in the impeachment court as well, that it's 45. Do I take it that you're presenting 21 more titles?
No, Your Honor. The 45 properties was a list from the Land Registration Authority. But as far as the prosecution is concerned, so far we have presented 21 titles.
21,
Yes,
which
so far.
includes the parking lots.
Yes.
Mr. President, at this juncture, I join the chair in, again, using this as an example in revealing evidence to the public. One side already said there were 45 titles, and here we are waiting for 45 titles to be presented. I hope, Mr. President, Your Honor, that this will serve as a guide, that unless evidence is presented before the court and accepted, we cannot evaluate it. It is unfair to the senator judges to be accused of 45 yan, ano ba naman kayo, ganyan pa rin ang desisyon ninyo, yung pinapresenta pa lang pala ninyo ay 21. Do I take it you will not even reach 45?
We will not reach 45. And we just want to put on the record, Your Honor, that the 45 did not come from the prosecution. It was a letter.
Order.
May I proceed, Mr. President, Your Honor?
Yeah, please, the counsel.
Just for clarification, the 45 properties came from the Land Registration Authority. It was a letter. It was a letter coming not from the prosecution, but from a government agency. And right now, it is up to the prosecution to present evidence. And so far, we have presented 21 properties. We might present some more, but we are not bound by that 45 properties from the Land Registration Authority.
Mr. President, just one point, and I will yield to Senator Estrada. Mr. President, I know that the letter came from the Land Registration Authority, but it was the prosecution, or through its spokespersons, that revealed it to the public and told the public about the fact that there are 45 properties. Again, it is putting us in a bind, because although it was announced that there was 45, in actuality, only 21, 24, 25, or will be presented. We might be put on the spot na hindi namin nakita yung 45. Ang pinresenta lang naman talaga dito, yun lang naman talaga. Again, I just wanted to make sure of my count. So it's not 18, it's 21 so far, plus the ones that will be presented.
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you, Mr.
Your
President.
Honor.
I yield to Senator Estrada, Mr. President.
The President pro tempore, Senator
Maraming
Estrada.
salamat, Ginoong Pangulo. Mr. Prosecutor, base sa mga tinanong ni Senator Escudero, na hindi raw, at base sa sinabi mo, hindi raw nanggaling sa inyo ang listahan na sinasabi ninyong 45 properties na ari-arian o ari-arian ni Chief Justice Corona. Tama po ba ako?
Tama po.
Sino naglabas sa media noon?
Ang nangyari po noon,
No. Sino po ang naglabas sa media nung alleged 45 properties ni Chief Justice Corona?
hindi po kami ang naglabas sa media.
Sino po naglabas?
It was, nag-file po kami ng subpoena, testificandum at duces tecum, at doon at na-attach.
No, ang tinatanong ko po sa inyo, sino ang naglabas ng listahan ng LRA sa publiko?
Kaya po, if the Senator
yes or no?
would allow me.
Okay.
Please, Your Honor. I think it was few days before the start of the trial.
Yes.
In January, that we filed a request for the issuance of subpoena ad testificandum and duces tecum with respect to the documents, and we attached the letter coming from the LRA.
So you are now admitting that you yourself released it to the media?
We did not release it to the media, Your Honor. We filed it with the impeachment tribunal.
All right. So are you making it appear that out of 45 properties of Chief Justice Corona, only 21 belongs to belong to Mr. Corona?
More or less.
21 plus the
Yeah.
18 plus the 6 parking lots.
Around 24.
So 24, yung 21 hindi pagmamayari ni Corona yan. Tama po ba? Yung 45 yung sinasabi niyo, hindi sa listahan ng LRA.
Yung iba canceled po, Your Honor. Canceled na ibenta.
So nung lumalabas siya sa dyaryo, pinalalabas niyo na maraming ari-arian si Chief Justice Corona. Pero in fact, 21 lang. Tama po ba?
Marami rin po ang 24 o 21.
Ano?
Yung 24, ang alam po namin 24 ngayon.
So 24 lang, hindi yung 45.
Hindi 45.
Salamat po.
Ang pakiusap lang ng hukumang ito, kung maari, ay magiging fair tayo sa bawat isa. Lalo-lalo na naigagalang ang karapatan ng nakasakdal. Sapagkat yan hindi ko inimbento yan, hindi inimbento nitong hukuman na ito, kung hindi yan po ay utos ng taong bayan sa kanilang saligang batas. At may obligasyon po tayong lahat na sundin ang kautusan ng makapangyarihang taong bayan. So, huwag na natin pag-usapan yan at isulong na natin yung Paglilitis para sa ganun patapos natin itong kaso na ito. O sige, proceed with the trial.
If Your Honor, please, may the defense be heard even for 1 or 2 minutes only in connection with this specific
You have,
matter.
you have 1 minute.
So thank you, Your Honor.